Okay, let's visually learn some suspended chords. Okay, to start off with, our major chords are going to be our starting point for learning our suspended chords, okay? And as you know, a major chord consists of a root, a third, and a fifth. And what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be suspending the third, and we're going to be playing another note or a couple of other notes because we have a couple of different types of suspended chords. Okay, suspend means to temporarily prevent from continuing or being in force. Suspended chords create tension and are often resolved. And what I mean by that is you're going to suspend the third and play the suspended note, and then you're going to resolve back to the third. That's typically how suspended chords are played. Not always. They don't always have to be resolved, but a lot of times they are. Okay, so here we have our C major chord. And to start off with, our most common suspended chord is going to be the sus4 chord. You've probably seen that. So here we have our C major, and we're going to create a C sus4. So what do? Here's our third. We're using these colors of color score. Black is our root, red is our third, and our fifth is blue. Okay? So we're going to suspend the third, and we're going to play the fourth. The fourth is always a half step up from the third. In this case, it's going to be F. So here is our C sus4. Okay, we have our G major chord, right? Root, third, and fifth. We're going to suspend the third, and we're going to play the fourth, and that's a half step up. Here we have our F major, and we're going to play an F sus4. So we're going to take the third, and where are we going to move this note? Or which note are we going to use to suspend, rather, for this note? At first glance, because we've been moving it up to a white key, it would look like we would be moving it here, but actually the fourth for F is going to be this note here. So it's going to be B flat. So there's F sus4. Okay, inversions change the appearance of suspended chords, so they're going to look a little different. So you should know inversions, and let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, we have C major in first inversion, which we've taken the root, we've moved it up here, up an octave, and there we have our third, fifth, and our root. There's our third. We're going to suspend the third and play the fourth. All right, as you can see, the appearance is a little different, but if you're familiar with inversions, you won't be thrown off by it. Okay, C in second inversion. Our root is in the middle now. We took the third and we moved it up an octave, and we're going to suspend the third and play the fourth, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so the second most common suspended chord is the sus2. Now this is where we're taking the third and suspending it. Instead of playing the fourth, we're playing the second. The second is a whole step down from the third, but it's also a whole step up from the root. So here we have a C major chord. We're going to play the note that's a whole step down from the third. And here we have C sus2. Okay, we have G major here. G, B, and D. We have our third is B. Which note are we going to use? Or which is our second? You're right, it's that one right there. So it's G, A, and D. Here we have F major. Where's the second of F major? Right, it's G. F sus2. Okay, here we have E major. So we have our root, third, and fifth. What note are we going to play in place of the suspended third? At first glance, it would seem like it would be this one, but actually it's a whole step up from the root. It's a whole step down from the third, so your second is going to be this F sharp. Okay, inversions also change the appearance of your sus2 chords. Let's take a look at that. Here you have C major, okay, in first inversion. Here we have our third, a whole step down from the third is going to be our D. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, we have a stack of fourths here. I'll talk about that in just a second, but as you can see, it changes the appearance. C second inversion. There's the third. Move it down. There's the second. Okay, so that's C, sus2, and second inversion. Okay, here we have our G major in first inversion. There's the third. And we're just going to move it down. Okay, we're going to play the second. Again, you have that stack of fourths there. Okay, so we have G major in second inversion. Here's our third. We're going to play the second. So we have G sus2. Okay, we have our E major in first inversion. I think you're getting the hang of this now. Here's our third. We're going to move it down where? That's right, to the F sharp. So there's our E sus2 in first inversion. Okay, E major second inversion. So here we have our E, here we have our fifth, our root, our third, and where are we going to move it? There's our second, right there. Okay, your sus4 and your sus2 chords are interchangeable, and let me show you what I'm talking about. So we have our C sus4 chord, we have our root, fourth, and our fifth, but these three notes are also an F sus2 because the root, fourth, and fifth are now the fifth, root, and the second. So if you move fourth or any two chords that are fourth apart, you can do this interchanging with. See, this function works with any two chords that are a fourth interval apart, considering that you move up a fourth. And I'll show you what fourths look like. Here we have C and F. These are fourth intervals, right? In other words, the C sus4 is also the F sus2. Your F sus4 is also your B flat sus2. Here we have G and C. That's a fourth interval. Your G sus4 is also your C sus2. Okay, let's take a look at these suspended chords on the keyboard. Our sus4 chord. Here we have the C major. Okay, we're just going to, all you have to do is raise that middle note, which is the third up, a half step. Okay, as you can see, it resolves a whole lot better, or maybe a little bit better, depending upon what your opinion is, from the sus4, to the third, as opposed to the sus2 to the third. Okay, G sus4. Here we have F sus4. D sus4 resolving to the third. Okay. Don't be thrown off by inversions either. If I have, if I'm playing a C sus4 chord and, I'm inverting it down, moving the G down an octave, it would be down here. So it would sound like this. Okay. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what inversion it's in. You're still playing the fourth instead of the third. Okay? Starting on C major. Okay, here is, we're going to lower the third down to the second. And here we have our sus2 chord. F major. Here's our F sus2 chord. Remember, the second is a whole step below the third and a whole step above the root. Okay? Okay, G major. G sus2. Okay? And you can see that these chords can resolve to the third. Okay, let's create a sus2 and a sus4 movement on the keys. And what we're going to do in my left hand, I'm just going to play some bass notes in my left hand to make it sound a little more musical. And here we're going to start off with C sus4, okay? And then we're going to move down and create F sus2. We're going to create this inversion that I talked about earlier. And then we're going to play G sus4, okay? And you can include the fifth here, okay? And then we'll move up here to B flat sus2. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play several connecting chords here to move and to descend down, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm playing an F major chord here, and I'm playing it in first inversion. Know your inversions. I have F over A, okay? And then I'm going to the A flat sus2, okay? And I'm playing an E flat major, first inversion because your root is on top. And I'm playing E flat major over the E flat. And then I'm going to moving to G flat sus2, okay? And then moving right into D flat major, and I'm playing it over F. If you've noticed, all of these triads that I'm playing them, I'm putting the third in the bass, and that's allowing me to transition from one chord to the next, okay? Okay? And then I'm going to kind of resolve things with this A flat major chord. It's not a sus chord, but we're going to ascend back up, okay? So from there, we're going to play a G flat sus4. All right, and let's use these connecting chords as we move up. Okay, I threw a seventh in there. I don't know why, but actually I meant to do this, but you could use a dominant seventh for sure, okay? And then we're going to move up to your A flat sus4, okay? Going back to the F here, and if we want to add some more tension, we can throw the dominant seventh if we wanted to. I was trying to make it as simple as possible, but my fingers didn't want to cooperate, so we got F, and then we have B flat sus4. And let's just move all the way up here to the C sus4 and then resolve it. Okay? Okay, let's do the whole sequence. So as you can see, it's easy to transition just about anywhere that you want to go to by using, sus2 and sus4 chords. I want to send you the 5-step visual guide to learn how to play piano and keyboards with chords. It's very colorful, it's very illustrative, and I'll also send you a free subscription to the Color Notes e-zine. Just click on the link in the description.